Yo, what's good? NBA, YouTube. It's your man, 100 grand, Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Today I want to get into this topic, and I'm probably going to get some flack for it, but is Damian Lillard the right fit next to Anfernee Simons? Yo, if you like the video or it's interesting to you, smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications, and we can continue the conversation via Twitter as well on my handle, The Rock Never Stops 22. Look, let me be clear. I'm one of the biggest Damian Lillard fans out there. Facts. That's my guy. You know what I mean? I live in Oakland. All right. You know, the place where Damian Lillard reps with the O0 on the jersey. Dame is an incredible, incredible player. And at the same time, what I'm looking at here with the way this team is playing, the way this Portland Trailblazers team is gelling together, is waiting on him to return to pair next to Anfernee Simons in the backcourt the right move. And I don't know. You see, I also love history as much as I love basketball. And when I see the history of this team and Dame and CJ McCollum, it didn't work. I mean, they had success. Let me not, be over the top on this. They had success. They got to a Western Conference Finals. They went to the second round of the playoffs multiple times. Been in the playoffs constantly. They had a lot of success. But when I see how Josh Hart looks next to Anfernee Simons, it seems to make more sense. It seems to fit just a little bit better. You have a heavily ball-dominant guard in Anfernee Simons who's running the pick and rolls, who's looking to create off the dribble. And then you have a Josh Hart, strong defender, physical, versatile, switchable, does an amazing job playing off the ball, can score in a variety of ways in the post, slashing to the basket, and then just off the spot up. And when you see the young team that's around Anfernee Simons right now, whether it's Ellerby, whether it's Hart, whether it's Justice Winslow, whether it's a cat out of North Carolina, Nasir Little, even Yusuf Nurkic looks like a completely different player playing with Anfernee Simons. I don't know if bringing Damian Lillard back is the best move for moving this roster forward. You see, there's this thing that I learned in my psychology of sport classes. So, I have a master's in psychology. And one of the things that I learned was when you have an extreme talent, an extremely gifted player on a team, many times the other players around that individual begin to play down. Not play up, but they play down. Because they unconsciously see themselves in reflection of this player and they go, I'm not that good. And so they don't always play up to their skills and abilities. And oftentimes, deservedly so, those talented players get so many more opportunities. The other guys just don't have an opportunity to really get into their bag and get into a rhythm to be able to perform at their peak. Now, this is why it's important to have an offensive system that essentially utilizes every player on the court. But very few teams have such of a system. Spurs, okay, right? Maybe the Clippers, I could see that as well. Even maybe the Memphis Grizzlies are trying to do some things. Definitely the Cleveland Cavaliers. But most teams don't. And it looks like that's what Chauncey Billups is trying to incorporate here in Portland. Not just that, though. He's also looking for a team to be dedicated defensively. He's got a bunch of two-way players, whether it's Justice Winslow, whether it's Josh Hart, Nasir Little, whether it's Yusuf Nurkic. All these guys are dedicated to defense. And it's this defensive play that head coach Chauncey Billups has been not just craving, but demanding of his team the entire season. All the early frustrations about why are the bench players giving more energy and effort than the starters. All this pushing to get them to incorporate and to really embody who he is as a player. You've seen these young guys taking to heart, and they're maximizing their opportunity to really perform at this level. And then when you look at somebody like Damian Lillard, all the miles he has on his body, coming off of an abdominal injury, which is no joke. You're essentially incapacitated for most of your rehab because your abdomen is incorporated in so much of your body's movement. You're just not able to maximize a lot of what you can do in terms of getting into shape and really getting your body prepared. But when you see what it might mean to bring him back, we have to look at history. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum were an incredibly dynamic scoring backcourt, and yet could not get over the hump. Damian Lillard is dedicated at this point to getting over the hump, getting to a championship. Is that going to happen with Anfernee Simons playing next to him? Another ball-dominant guard who doesn't really defend at a high level and needs the ball to be maximally successful? How's that going to impact the team and the culture that Chauncey Billups is trying to build? So I want you to let me know, do you think Damian Lillard is the best option to bring back, or should they run with Anfernee Simons and Josh Hart in the backcourt? Trade Dame for some more young guys. Give him an opportunity to win and do something new.